Allow me to share with you a recent magical experience I was lucky enough to have shared with my family. I've always dreamed of one day visiting Ireland, home of my ancestors, and well, the timing was right, the stars aligned, and we had the time of our lives. This is our Irish vacation. This is no ordinary bus. It's a luxury coach and the best way to view the countryside. So jump aboard, take your seat, and ride along with us. CIE Tours offers over 20 different itineraries for touring Ireland. We chose the Irish Odyssey, and believe it or not, we arrived in Dublin on the morning of St. Patrick's Day. Talk about hitting the ground running. Dublin on St. Paddy's Day. This is the absolute epicenter for all things Irish. After the parade, life resumed to its normal pace in this historic city, which is surprisingly cosmopolitan. We quickly learned that it's all true, what you hear about the Irish. They are quick to smile, they're great hosts, and they love to share their home, one of the most beautiful countries on earth.
Ireland is amazing. There's just green rolling hills everywhere. It's spring and there's baby lambs everywhere. The daffodils are blooming and there are just stone walls everywhere. Old ruins and castles, and it's just amazing. It's nothing like I expected. I've seen pictures and I knew it was going to be beautiful, but it's blowing us away.
After our Dublin adventure, our next stop was a special visit to a town with a familiar name, Waterford, home of world-famous Waterford Crystal. And this is where it all comes from.
We produce 2 tons of crystal here a day, using traditional crystal manufacturing, mouth blowing and hand cutting the crystal. The factory tour that we have here allows people to see every aspect of production, right through from design to mold making to blowing. An opportunity to get up and see how those craftspeople blow those large pieces of crystal.
It's pretty exhilarating coming close enough to touch such an iconic brand like Waterford Crystal. I was given the chance to do just that. Hey, not bad, huh? Dating back to the 1400s, Blarney Castle lived up to every dream I've ever had about what an ancient castle should look like.
Behind me is the third castle. The first 2 were built of wood, starting in the Norman times, and the one behind me was built in 1446. It continues to attract pilgrims, especially from the States, to come up to the top of the castle, kiss the stone and gain the gift of eloquence.
And now, over 100 feet up, it's my moment of truth. Blarney Stone's around the corner.
And down and kiss, and easy, and back to me, and up you go. And enjoy your day.
Thank you, sir.
Take it to Medi, won't you?
Ironically, I'm speechless.
Good, not bad.
And the castle fantasy is complete, with dreary caves and dungeons beneath, where, legend has it, many a prisoner met a miserable end.
This is the most gorgeous place I've ever been. It touches my heart, this place. And it's amazing, it's beautiful. Every time you turn around, there's just something else that just blows you away. And I said the other night over a pint, I feel like I'm coming home.
Don't call him a bus driver. Meet Bob Reed, our lovable tour director.
We have a kind of a saying here in Ireland, never do today what you put off till tomorrow. Irish people have an easy way of life. Pace is a lot slower here in Ireland, but throughout the country, life goes at a slower pace. We also have another saying that you're on this planet for the good time, not for a long time. So when you're here, you enjoy yourself.
The pubs of Ireland are legendary. The word pub is short for public house, which used to be a stop for carriages where passengers could rest, eat, and get refreshment. Now, most of these pubs have been here for centuries, and they're still the best places on earth to stop, enjoy a pint and a meal, and connect with the culture of Ireland. Our next stop was at these towering, mystical 700-foot cliffs that looked like a location straight out of Lord of the Rings. Behold, the cliffs of Moher. These cliffs, we learned, were a welcome sight for weary mariners who knew they weren't far from home. It's no wonder this spot is being considered as one of the 7 natural wonders of the world. Next on the tour was another surprise, an aeronautical one with connections to American history and a bygone era.
Boeing built 12 of these aircraft back in the 30s, and Pan American used them to do the first transatlantic flights, and they arrived here in Foynes from New York via Newfoundland in Canada. Foynes became the centre of the aviation world because you couldn't fly from the United States to Europe without coming in here. But you actually can go on board, and you can also see that all these passengers travelled in the highest of luxury, of course at a very high price. You had to be very important, movie star, royalty, or very wealthy to travel in those days.
This very spot where passengers waited to board the flying boats is also the birthplace of Irish coffee. Wendy got a lesson on how to make and drink them.
Okay.
Now, it's very important to stir your coffee at this stage to dissolve all the sugar.
There we go.
So, just like that.
Well, you did a great job.
It's going to.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Thank you.
Somebody get that girl a napkin. Well, we made a quick stop here at Robinson's Bar in Old Belfast for a pint, and I've got to share something that I've observed. The Irish, everywhere we go, in the south or up here in the north, they approach us, even though they see Americans all the time coming through, they still will come up and say, "Where are you from? Where are you going? Can I buy you a pint? Can we give you our table?" And I just love it. There's a connection, a real kinship between the Irish and Americans, and I feel very welcome here. So cheers, here's to the Irish.
Every other door is another pub, and you know, I'm a cider drinker, and they've got cider on tap at every bar.
You can go into any bar in Ireland, sit down, call a beer, straight away someone will recognise you're not from Ireland, right? So they'll turn around and say, "Are you on vacation?" Conversation has started. You've met a new friend, you're going to hear their life story, and they are going to get your life story out of it.
The fact that we have a bus driver that takes us around every day, he explains stuff that we normally wouldn't learn about if we came here by ourselves. We would be driving down the road and we'd see a castle, but not know anything about it. Having Bob, our driver, we'll drive by and he'll tell us all about the castle, when it was built, who might have lived there, you know, interesting facts about the famine, anything that you can think of, he knows. I love that you can walk up to anybody at all, and just ask them a question and they'll tell you a whole story about whatever you're asking. If you're interested in football or soccer, you can go and just talk about sports with anybody you want, and they'll entertain you for hours.
It seems every day brings a new delight here in Ireland, and none more unusual than this.
The Giant's Causeway is fantastic for lots of different reasons. It's a World Heritage Site, and it was designated a World Heritage Site because of the rock formations here, which were formed about 60 million years ago when there was a period of intense volcanic activity here. The stones themselves are fantastic, but they are only a small part of the Causeway coast here. There are fantastic clifftop walks that follow the cliff tops right to Dunseverick Castle and beyond, and every bay on that walk is as spectacular as the one behind me now. The scenery is truly outstanding.
An important fact to keep in mind is that most tour operators sell optional extras to clients while on tour. That policy can cost couples over $550 for options such as banquets, dinner shows, walking tours, and more. These features are included on all CIE Tours escorted vacations to Ireland and to Britain. With the CIE Tours Value Advantage, it's just one more thing that you don't have to worry about. Ah, Ireland. The trip of a lifetime draws to a close. We'll never forget the endless green hills, the ancient farms with their stone walls lining the rugged hillsides, the sheep grazing under the watchful eyes of their shepherds, the majestic castles, the pubs where you gather, imbibe, and absorb the local culture. But it is the Irish people that we'll remember the most. Their legendary charm, the light in their eyes, the heart in their laughter, and the laughter in their hearts. CIE Tours claims that choosing them is like traveling with friends. Well, my family and I can vouch for that. And remember what Bob, our tour director, said. We're on this planet for a good time, not for a long time. So when you're here, you enjoy yourself. At CIE Tours International, our wonderful tour directors are the envy of the industry. They look after our passengers every step of the way, entertain them, and become very good friends. Tour directors accompany passengers from the moment they arrive in Ireland or Britain until they depart at the end of a tour. They give clients a commentary about places and regions that the coach passes through.
The difference is when you hire a ghillie, you're almost guaranteed that you're going to catch fish out there because they know every little hole and crevice in that lake, and they'll take you to the right spot.
As well as background information on all aspects of life, such as education, jobs, and even housing. They give an overview of history, especially as it relates to places and visits where the itinerary takes people. They advise people on an individual basis on such matters as shopping, finding places of family interest, or tracing ancestors. They ensure that the tour runs smoothly by confirming hotel and dinner reservations, interacting with other tour directors on the road to ascertain local traffic conditions or updates for lunch stops. They undergo rigorous training courses and examinations in all aspects of guiding, including visitor attractions, history, geology, politics, public speaking, and many other aspects of the hospitality industry. They are all skilled drivers, most with years of operating regular bus services. They take care of mundane but vital jobs. If there's any stress at all to be felt on a trip, your tour guide will make sure it's his stress and not yours. If you have a group of 10 or more travelers who'd like to do something special, our dedicated group department can create or refine any itinerary to reflect your group's interests, needs, time frame, and budget. The types of tours that we offer are endless. The cost of a customized tour depends on the duration, hotels, and features selected. We use mainly 3- and 4-star hotels to provide a good value for money tour. With a bigger budget, we can book 5-star and castle hotels that are extremely popular. Special meals or sightseeing can be included wherever you wish. The program is quoted to you as a net rate, and we include complimentary tour conductor places in the land-only cost. Groups of 10 people or more will be amazed at how economical a vacation with special tailor-made arrangements can be. We can price any vacation for you with 10 travelers and a small coach. It's the greatest way to travel to Ireland, Britain, or beyond. CIE Tours International is very proud of its Value Advantage program. An important fact to keep in mind is that most tour operators sell optional extras to clients while on tour. That policy can cost couples over $550 for options such as banquets, dinner shows, walking tours, and more. These features are included on all CIE Tours escorted vacations to Ireland and to Britain. This means that you are free to enjoy your vacation without these daily sales pitches or unexpected additional costs. With the CIE Tours Value Advantage, it's just one more thing that you don't have to worry about. And your vacation money goes a lot further.